Hello everybody, welcome back. This tutorial is going to show you how to edit images using the transformation tool in Photoshop. So I went to my start menu, found the Adobe Design and Web Premium, and Adobe Photoshop, and Photoshop will open. Quick reminder, this is Photoshop running through a virtual desktop off of a PC. So some of your shortcuts and things like that will not operate the same as they would if you were on a Macintosh computer. So I'm just going to open all of these. I'm not sure which ones I need, but I know I've got some things I might want to pull from other images. So I'm going to open them all. They're going to open across the top as tabs, and you'll see some of the edits that I already made in previous videos, and that's fine. All right, so this tutorial is going to show you how to transform parts of an image. So let's find my lion. That's exactly what I was looking for. So I have my lion, and I can make some kind of selection. I can copy and paste. I'm going to show you a couple of different ways and then transform parts of my image. So the tutorial says that you can use a lasso or marquee tool to create a selection and then copy and paste it. So you need two layers to do a transformation. If I go over to the top menu and go to edit, you'll see transform is here, but it's not going to allow me to do anything. Now I can make some adjustments to being able to rotate my canvas, things like that, but I can't make the transformations like I want to show you now. So we need two layers. To do that today, I'm just going to do a quick selection with the lasso tool. Nothing fancy. So I could select, now watch the lasso video if you want to really see how to do this the right way. I'm just going to select this lion's face really quickly. So I have his face there selected. And I'm going to go to Edit Copy and Edit Paste. And you'll see now on the right-hand side, I have two layers. Now I'm going to switch to my Move tool in the left-hand side in my toolbar. And then there is my second lion's face. Now, when you're using the transformation tools, it's really helpful if you show the transform controls. So up in my sub menu, when I'm on the Move tool, right here, you'll see it says show transform controls. If that box is unchecked, you need to make sure it's checked. Otherwise, you can't use your transformation like you want to. So now you can see this box came up with these little dots on the corners and in the middle. And now I can do my transformations. So if I go up into Edit, now Transform comes up as an option because I'm on that second layer. So I have some options here. I can scale, rotate, skew, distort, perspective. I can rotate it any of these numbers of ways, and I can flip it vertically and horizontally. My suggestion here is to try them all and see what they all do. If I want to scale it, I can do that. Now see how this line got dark when I did that? I need to hold the shift key if I want to scale. Watch what happens if I don't. I'm not touching the shift key, but if I grab this little corner box, I can completely distort this. Now, I don't really want to distort it because that would be bad. So I'm going to undo what I did. Now, I don't technically have to go to Edit Transform to do scale or rotate. I can just get over here and see how my cursor changes. If it's like this, curvy, it's rotating. And if it's like that, a straight line, it'll scale. So this time I'm going to hold the shift key, and that keeps it proportional. It doesn't distort it. So I'm going to make this lion little. Now maybe I want to rotate it. See how my cursor is curvy? I can rotate him a little bit. And working off this PC is a little slow, so you have to be patient. Now, once I've made that transformation, let's say I want to go do something else. I want to move it. If I try to click to the Move tool, it's going to ask me if I want to apply the transformation. So yes, I want to apply it. Now I'm going to make another transformation. And this I'm going to show you what happens if I don't apply the transformation, but I try to switch layers. I'm over on the right-hand side, clicking and clicking on my background layer. Nothing is happening. It's because I didn't apply my transformation. So if there's things I want to try to do, they're grayed out. It's not going to let me do them because I did not apply my transformation. So to do that, I just have to hit the return button and then see how that box changed from a dark line to a light line. So now I can move things around, I can switch my layers, etc. So I'm going to go back to the layer one. I'm going to go back to Edit Transform. Now I could do scale and rotate without going to this toolbar, but any of these other ones, I would have to go to Edit Transform. So maybe I want to change the perspective. You guys can play around with all of these and see what they do. But whatever it is, you grab one of those corner boxes and you click it. Grab one of the middle boxes and you can change things and slide things around. Now you guys are going to be better at this than I'm doing. Now I have that transformation. I'm going to hit return and apply that transformation. The one of them that's kind of cool, I'm actually going to undo that last. I'm going to go back and undo a couple of edits. Let's go back here. Get him right back to the same size. So this time I want to show you the warp tool because it works a little differently. Edit, transform, and warp. Instead of corner boxes, now you have lines and dots. And I can pretty much click anywhere and drag one of these things any spot I want. And I can warp this. Now you're like, why would she do that? That's crazy. As I've said in previous videos, there's a time and a place for every tool. And you just need to think about, like, what do I want to do? So let's say I want to take this lion's head and put it on some other kind of animal, but his neck is too big. I could go into this warp tool and really make his neck kind of little and skinny. Let's try that again. There we go. And then again, hit return. There we go. And now you've warped the image. Same thing if you want to go to edit, transform. I could make him so he's facing the opposite direction. So all these edit transformation tools are here, and I would just suggest you try them all. Now I'm going to get rid of this layer, click on the layer and hit delete. Okay, let's say you want to take part of a different image and put it into a new image and transform it that way. That is an option. So I'm going to just flip over here to my flamingo picture that we looked at in the lasso tutorial. I'm going to do a very quick magnetic lasso. You guys, of course, will do a better job if you don't know how to do this. Watch the lasso in Photoshop video. So I'm just going very quickly for the sake of time for this video. And I'm selecting my friend Flamingo from this picture. So I've gone around, I've closed my selection. I have my dancing ants. And now I'm going to go up to edit and copy. And then I'm going to switch back to my lion picture and I'm going to go to edit, paste. And there he is. There's my flamingo. So now I can switch back to my move tool and I can move this flamingo wherever I want. He can be in the grass. Maybe I want him to face the lion. I can go to that edit, transform, and I can flip him horizontally. So now he's facing the lion. And now this is obviously silly. You guys can do something better. Maybe put your brother's face on top of some weird animal and make your brother look like an animal. I don't care what you do. Just do something a little more creative than my silliness. So maybe I've got this flamingo and he's in here and then I've scaled him up. I've made him bigger. I could rotate him, skew him, distort him, whatever I want to do. He's going to fight with that lion. And then I just hit return and apply that transformation. So you can do those transformations multiple ways, either by using your lasso tool. You could use your marquee tool. Maybe I use my rectangle marquee. I go to my background layer. I select, it did not switch to my rectangular marquee. That's okay. Switch to that, make my elliptical marquee, and I can do the same thing. Copy, paste, and then make a transformation. So you can copy and paste part of the same image onto the same image, or you can copy and paste something from one image on top of a different image. And again, you can use your rectangle or elliptical marquees, or you can use one of your 3 lasso tools. That's totally up to you. I just want you to have multiple layers and have some kind of transformation or change into that. Now, do something more creative than I did. When you are done, you're going to go to File, Save As, and hopefully you're in that same Photoshop folder you've been saving to. 0305.psd is my image name between the 5 and the .psd. I'm going to call this transform.psd and I'm going to save it. Photoshop options, just click OK. Now this is a Photoshop file. Remember, we need a JPEG file to submit it. So I'm going to do File, Save As again. Photoshop, choose that first JPEG. Click Save again, same file name. Click OK through that JPEG options. Now again, before I quit Photoshop, I'm going to minimize it, go to that Photoshop folder, and I'm going to make sure I have my original image, my transformed JPEG, and my transformed Photoshop. I need all 3 of these. And then that's how you use the marquee tool. Nope, That's how you use the transformation tool in Photoshop. As always, if you have any questions, you know where to find me.